Good morning, everybody. I'm Olidoke Anjola, and today is another class. We are going to be doing the continuation of what we did yesterday. First, I'll start with the correction to the assignment that I gave yesterday. So let's go. So number one is writing this in words. We have 59244, and the first thing I said when we want to start writing in words is to put comma. So we start 1, 2, 3. We put comma at the back. So let's start. We have the units, we have the tens, we have the hundred, we have the thousand, and we have tens of thousand. So we already know that this is what 50,000 because it's what tens of thousand. So we have 59,000, 200. You know the two takes the hundredth place. 200 and 44. We go to the next one. So the first rule is what? Place your comma. So we have 1, 2, 3. So put your comma. 1, 2, 3. So we know it stops here. So we start units, our tens, hundreds, thousand, tens of thousand. Then we have our what? Hundred of thousand. So we have 900,000. Sorry, 900, 900 and 87,000, comma 654. Do you understand that? So we go to the last one. You put your comma 1, 2, 3. We have 108,412. We start. So it will be what? 108,000 412. So now this is about naming in words. So now these numbers are large numbers. You can also write some of these in words. Now if we have, for example, now changing of words to figures. So if we have, so I did 2 examples yesterday, so this will be example 3. We have change 300,000 to figures. From the word 100,000, 300,000. So we have 300,000. Change 300,000 to figures. So we have 3. Sorry, I'll change my marker now. So we have 300,000. So that's 3 times 100,000. So that's what? 300,000 to what? You can have different approaches. Now they're saying 300,000. 300,000. Now 100,000 has how many zeros? Yeah, it has 5 zeros. You just add, it has 5 zeros. You just add 5 zeros to the back of 3, and we have our 300,000. You can have different methods. So now we are going to using smaller, we are going to small numbers. Now these numbers are big numbers. We are going to small numbers. Now small numbers are decimals. So I want you to mark the assignment in your notes, since I will not be there to mark for you. So you mark it in your notes. Now we are going to small numbers. Small numbers, they are decimals. We're using the same approach as in big numbers. Guess what we are adding? If we have tens in the big numbers, we have tenths as small numbers. There's no units in small numbers. We start from tenths. So now we have tenths. Now let me draw a table for large numbers, small numbers. For large numbers, we have units. No units in small numbers. Small numbers are decimals. Let me just write decimals. No units in decimals. We have tenths in large numbers, but we have tenths in small numbers. Tenths, tenths, tenths in small numbers. We have hundreds in large numbers. We have hundreds in small numbers. We have thousands in large numbers. We have thousands in small numbers. So the thing goes on and on like that. So now you know this unit. I told you that this unit represents 1. This tens represents 10, right? This hundred represents 100. This 1,000 represents 1,000. We have it here. But now in small numbers, this tenth here represents 1/10. 1/10. This hundreds represents 1/100, and this thousands represents 1/1000. Do we understand? I will say it again. We don't have units in small decimal numbers. That's decimal numbers. We don't have units. Our tenth represents 1/10. Hundreds represents 1/100. Thousands 1/1000. That's how we have it there. So now we go to changing decimal numbers in words to figures. So now we have example 4 now. If you don't understand, comment and I will answer your questions in the next class. So example 4, we have number 1, we have 4,000. We have 600. Now, in the last one we did, when we saw 300,000, we said 3 times 100,000, 100,000. Now we have 4,000, and I said 1,000, according to the table, is what? 1/1000. So this is the solution. 1,000 is 1/1000. That's what? 4/1000. Now let me teach you how to write this math. If you have over 1,000, over 100, over 10, you move your decimal points to the number of zeros that you have. Now we have 3 zeros at the back of 1,000. So we say 1, 2, 3. That's 0.004. Now we have 600. That's 6 times 1/100. That's 6/100. So we move it. You move your decimal point, the number of zeros, starting from here. We have 2 zeros, we have 1, 2. So that's it. So we have 0.06. Now these are small numbers. If I minus 1 from this one, you have 0.096. Yeah, 0.096. So that's how it is. So who does not understand? If you don't understand, tell me in the comment section so that I'll be able to re-explain what you don't understand. So that will be all on small and large numbers. Now I'm going to factors, multiples, factors and multiples. Factors and multiples. I'll just give a brief explanation on this today. You'll be wondering, factors, multiples, factors, multiples. Now, a factor is a whole number that will divide another number without a remainder. A factor is a whole number that will divide another number without a remainder. Now, if I ask you 4 divided by 2, everybody all knows is 2. There is no remainder. That means 2 is a factor of 4. If I ask you 6 divided by 3, you say 2. That means 3 is a factor of 6. If I ask you 6 divided by 2, you say 3. That means 2 is a factor of 6. A number, a whole number, emphasis on the whole, that will divide another number without a remainder is the factor of that number. If I ask you 1 divided by 1, you say 1. That means 1 is a factor of 1. 2 divided by 1 is 2. It doesn't give a remainder. That means 1 is a factor of 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. No remainder. That means 2 is a factor of 2. Now, if I ask you 7 divided by 2, you say 3 remainder 1. We have 7, right? Divided by 2. How many 7? How many 2 can you see 7? 3 remainder 1. So that means 2 is not a factor of 7. 2 is not a factor of 7. So now, example. Express the following numbers. As a product of their factors. So number 1, we have 40. We have 20. And we have 10. So now the question is, express the following as a product of their factors. Now let's start. 40. What times what to give us 40? 5 times 8 will give us 40, right? 5 times 1 by 5 times 2, 10. 5 times 2. 5 times 8, 40. So 5 times 8 will give us 40. Now, what times 4 to give us 8? 2 times 4 will give us 8. You simplify it again. You know 4. 2 times 2 again will give us 4. So we have 5 times 2 times 2. Do we all understand? So we go to the next one. We have 20. 20. 5 times 4 will give us 20. 4. 2 times 2 will give us 4. So you say 5 times 2 times 2. We go to 10. 5 times 2 will give us 10, right? So no other thing will multiply. So that's 5 times 2 and that's all. So now, under this, we'll be going to prime factors. Before I go to prime factors, I'll tell you what prime numbers are. Prime numbers are numbers that they only have 2 factors, and that's 1 and itself. For example, 2. You can only divide 2 by 2 and 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 2 divided by 1 is 1. 2 is an example of a prime number. 7. Which other number on the multiplication table we say 1 times 7 is 7? Can you get another number and say this times this is 7? No. That's because 7 is also a prime number. 3. You say 1 times 3 is 3. Have you ever said this times this is 3 again? No, because 3 is also a prime number. You say 1 times 5 is 5, but you cannot say 2 times something is 5, 3 or 3 times something is 5. That's because 5 is also a prime number. Now, prime numbers have only two factors, and that's the numbers itself and 1. So I'll give you an assignment that you write prime numbers, the prime numbers. Write the prime numbers between 1 and 100. So that's the assignment. Write prime numbers between 1 and 100. The minute you know the prime numbers, the minute you'll be able to know the prime factors. So let's first know the prime numbers. So you write the prime numbers between 1 and 100 for me, and we'll go through it tomorrow. So bye, and please let's make sure we subscribe to this channel so that we'll be able to have a live session. The minute we move to 50 subscribers, then the live session is checked, and to be on a more interactive class. So see you tomorrow. Bye.